There is a war happening inside of you that you don't even know about. A silent battle with every meal. That simple glass of water you're drinking with your fruit, it feels healthy, it feels right, but it might be the very thing dampening your inner fire and clouding your soul. Most people will ignore this truth, but 99% miss the last part, and they will never understand the profound peace they are denying themselves by not listening to this one simple ancient piece of wisdom. Don't be one of them. Secret wisdom. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? That subtle sense of being off. It's not a loud alarm bell, not a screaming siren. It's quieter, a hum of dissonance beneath the surface of your daily life. You wake up, you go through the motions, you do everything you're supposed to do, you eat the clean foods, you try to stay hydrated, you pursue a life of meaning and purpose, yet there remains a fog that won't lift, a weariness in your bones that no amount of sleep seems to cure. You might blame your job, your relationships, or the state of the world. You might seek answers in complex spiritual practices or expensive wellness retreats, searching for that one missing piece that will finally make you feel whole, that will make you feel truly alive and vibrant in your own skin. But what if the answer isn't out there? What if the disturbance, the static, the silent war is originating from something so simple, so overlooked, that it's almost offensive in its simplicity? We have been taught to believe that health is a complicated equation, a series of additions and subtractions. Add this supplement, remove that food group, drink more water, always more water. It is a doctrine hammered into us from childhood. But in this relentless pursuit of more, we have forgotten the art of synergy, the wisdom of combination. We've forgotten how to listen. The body speaks a language far more ancient than any book, any study, any expert opinion. It is a language of feeling, of energy, of subtle shifts in our internal atmosphere, and it has been trying to tell you something for a very long time. It has been sending you gentle whispers with every meal, with every choice. The bloating you dismiss as normal, the afternoon crash you attribute to a poor night's sleep, the mental haze that you've simply accepted as a part of modern life. These are not random symptoms. They are messages. They are the evidence of a fundamental misunderstanding in how we fuel ourselves. We believe that as long as the ingredients are good, the result must be good. But this is a profound and damaging oversimplification. Imagine a symphony orchestra. Each musician is a master of their craft, each instrument perfectly tuned. Separately, they produce beautiful sounds. But if they all play at once without a conductor, without a shared rhythm, the result is not music. It is noise. It is a chaotic, stressful, jarring experience. This is what so many of us are doing inside our own bodies every single day. We are throwing in high quality ingredients, yes, but in a way that creates internal chaos rather than harmonious energy. The belief that water is a universal solvent for all things healthy is one of the greatest pieces of misinformation we have accepted. It is a benevolent friend, yes, but one that must be invited in at the proper time. When it arrives unannounced in the middle of a delicate process, it can disrupt the entire performance. The journey to true vitality, to that clear, grounded, unshakable sense of self, does not begin with adding another difficult practice to your life. It begins with removing a single silent disturbance. It begins with understanding that sometimes the most loving act you can perform for your body is not to give it more, but to give it space. It's time to stop overriding your own internal wisdom. It's time to learn how to listen again, to feel again. The clues have been there all along, waiting patiently for you to quiet the external noise long enough to hear the profound and simple truth of what your own being is asking for. The path to clarity is not a battle to be won, but a harmony to be rediscovered. And it starts right here. Energetic clash. At the very core of your being, in the center of your physical temple, there exists a fire. Ancient traditions have called it by many names, but the essence is the same. It is the seat of your digestive power, the alchemical furnace that transforms matter into life force. This is not just a poetic metaphor. It is the energetic reality of your body. When you eat, you are not just consuming nutrients, you are offering a substance to this sacred fire, asking it to perform the magic of transformation. For this fire to burn brightly, cleanly, and efficiently, it requires the right conditions. It needs to be hot, concentrated, and undisturbed. Every food you eat has its own unique nature, its own energetic signature. Fruits, in particular, are special. They are the bearers of immense life force, packed with water, sugars in their most natural state, and a vibrational energy that is light, quick, and vibrant. They are designed by nature for rapid digestion, for a swift and easy passage through the body, leaving behind a gift of pure, clean energy. They are meant to be a solo performance, a beautiful, swift melody that plays and then fades, leaving harmony in its wake. Now, imagine what happens when you introduce a flood of plain water into this delicate process. You take a bite of a sweet, watery melon, a juicy handful of grapes, or a ripe pear. Your digestive fire, your internal sun, flares up, ready to process this offering with incredible speed. It is a process that requires precision. But then comes the glass of water, poured right on top. What happens when you pour water onto a raging fire? It doesn't just put it out, it creates smoke, steam, and a sputtering, struggling confusion. Energetically, this is precisely what occurs within you. The water, arriving at the same time as the fruit, immediately dilutes the digestive enzymes. It neutralizes the precise and potent acids your stomach has secreted specifically for this task. It essentially brings a wave of cold, dampening energy into a process that requires intense, focused heat. The digestive fire, which was prepared for a quick and effortless task, is suddenly dampened and weakened. The fruit, which should have been transformed and passed through your system in under an hour, is now trapped. Its rapid transit is halted. It arrives in the stomach, a warm, moist environment, but without the potent digestive fire to break it down. And so, what does it do? It begins to ferment. The natural sugars, instead of being converted into clean energy, begin to putrefy, creating gas, bloating, and a mild, almost imperceptible toxicity. This isn't a violent illness, it is a subtle, creeping corruption of your internal environment. This is the silent war. It is the energetic clash that generates that low grade fatigue, that brain fog, that feeling of heaviness and stagnation. You're left feeling bloated not because you ate too much, but because what you ate was not allowed to complete its sacred journey. It turned from a gift of life into a burden. This internal conflict does not stay in your stomach. The energy of your body is interconnected. A disturbance in your digestive core will inevitably radiate outwards, affecting your clarity of thought, your emotional stability, and your spiritual sensitivity. It creates a subtle dampness in your entire system, a condition that ancient wisdom traditions have always associated with a dull mind, low moods, and a disconnection from one's higher self. We think a little bit of bloating is just a physical discomfort. We take an antacid and move on, but we fail to recognize it as a symptom of a deeper energetic imbalance, an alarm bell from our soul. You are essentially creating a swamp where there should be a clear, flowing river. It is in this internal swampy ground that feelings of anxiety can take root, where mental clarity becomes clouded, and where your vital life force is slowly and steadily drained away, day after day, glass by glass. The choice is not about whether fruit is good or water is good. Both are divine gifts. The wisdom lies in the holy separation. It is about honoring the unique nature of each gift and allowing it the space to bestow its full blessing upon you without conflict, without interference. It is about turning a silent internal war into a beautiful, harmonious dance. Sacred timing. Understanding the discord is the first step, but true transformation comes from practice, from embodying this wisdom in your daily life. It is not about adopting a new, rigid set of rules born of fear or dogma. It is about cultivating a rhythm, a sacred timing that honors the natural flow of your own body's intelligence. This is not a diet, it is a ritual of deep respect. It is a conscious choice to become the conductor of your own internal orchestra, ensuring that each instrument plays its part at the perfect moment, creating a symphony of vitality rather than a cacophony of discomfort. The principle is profoundly simple: create space. Give the fruit the solitude it requires to perform its magic. The sacred timing is about separation. When you choose to eat fruit, let that be the entire experience. Eat it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, or as a standalone snack at least 2 to 3 hours after a heavier meal. This ensures your digestive fire is ready and waiting, unobscured by the demands of processing fats, proteins, or complex carbohydrates. Let the fruit be the star of its own show, and when it has taken its bow, when it has passed through your system and delivered its payload of quick, clean energy, then, and only then, is it time to invite water back into the temple. The key is to wait. How long? This is not a command carved in stone, for every body is a unique universe. The ancient texts and wise healers often suggest waiting at least 30 to 60 minutes after consuming fruit before you drink water or any other liquid. This is not a random number, it is a window of grace. It is the time your body needs to complete the initial crucial stage of digestion without interference. Think of it as allowing a master painter to finish a delicate brushstroke before you open the window and let the wind blow through the room. Your role is simply to be the patient guardian of that sacred space. Observe this simple pause. Make it a conscious practice. When you eat a piece of fruit, tell yourself, I am receiving this gift now, and for the next hour, I will allow my body to fully embrace it. Feel the difference, the absence of that immediate gassy fullness, the lack of that creeping lethargy that so often follows a healthy snack. This practice of sacred timing will begin to recalibrate your entire being. It is an act of profound self love, a message you send to your body that you are listening, that you are honoring its needs, that you trust its innate wisdom. This discipline extends beyond just water. Avoid consuming fruits with or immediately after large, heavy meals. When fruit is eaten for dessert, it sits on top of the slower digesting food in your stomach, unable to pass through. It is trapped, held captive behind the proteins and fats that require hours of work from your digestive fire. And there, once again, it ferments. It becomes a source of inner turmoil rather than a source of joy. The perfect dessert is not a bowl of fruit salad after a heavy dinner. The perfect time for fruit is in the quiet solitude of an empty digestive system. This is not about restriction. It is about liberation. You are liberating the fruit to do what it does best. You are liberating your body from an unnecessary burden. As you begin to practice this sacred timing, you will notice a shift. Your energy levels will become more stable. Your mind will feel clearer, sharper. Your connection to your intuition, to that quiet voice within, will become less obscured by the static of digestive distress. You are no longer creating that internal swamp. Instead, you are cultivating a pristine inner environment where life force can flow freely, where your spirit can breathe. It all starts with the simple, patient, loving act of waiting, listening deeply. Ultimately, this entire journey, this exploration of fruit and water, is not truly about fruit and water at all. It is about something far more profound. It is about learning the forgotten art of listening deeply to the one true guide you will ever have in this life, the sacred intelligence of your own body. This principle is merely an initiation, a doorway into a much deeper relationship with yourself. We have been conditioned to live from the neck up, trapped in our minds, analyzing, calculating, and overriding the subtle and constant feedback from our physical and energetic being. We have been taught to trust external authorities, experts, books, studies, more than we trust ourselves. We have outsourced our own intuition. This invitation to separate fruit from water is a call to reclaim that inner authority. It is a first simple exercise in attuning your awareness to the subtle language of your body. What does this bloating feel like? Not the physical sensation, but the energetic quality of it. Is it heavy, stagnant, draining? What does the clarity that comes from respecting this timing feel like? Is it light, clean, expansive? These are the real questions. The point is not to blindly follow a rule, but to use the rule as a tool for personal inquiry, for self discovery. Begin to treat your body not as a machine to be optimized, but as a wise and sentient being, a dear friend with whom you are seeking to build a more intimate and trusting relationship. Extend this practice of listening beyond your meals. Before you make a choice, any choice, whether it's what to eat, where to go, or who to spend your time with, take a moment to pause, close your eyes, drop your awareness out of your head and into your core, into the feeling center of your being. Ask your body, how does this feel? Does this choice create a sense of expansion and harmony within me, or does it create a sense of contraction and resistance? This is how you begin to navigate your life by your own internal compass, by the undeniable truth of your own energetic resonance. The external world is loud, chaotic, and full of conflicting information. It will always be this way. If you rely on it to find your truth, you will be forever lost, forever chasing the next trend, the next guru, the next piece of advice that promises to fix you. The only sanctuary, the only source of unwavering truth lies within. When you learn to listen deeply, you become your own healer, your own teacher, your own sage. The quiet whisper of your intuition becomes clearer and more reliable than the shouting voices of the world. You start to understand that every sensation, every emotion, every physical symptom is a piece of sacred communication, a message from your soul delivered through the vessel of your body. You will no longer fear these messages. You will welcome them. The bloating that once annoyed you will become a signal you are grateful for, a clear sign that a boundary has been crossed, that a course correction is needed. The clarity you feel on a good day will be a confirmation that you are living in alignment with your own nature. This is the ultimate freedom. It is the freedom from confusion, the freedom from being tossed about by the ever changing winds of external advice. It is the deep, grounded peace that comes from knowing, with absolute certainty, that you hold the map and the compass within your own being. It starts with a simple choice, with a glass of water, but it leads to the reclamation of your entire sovereign self. So listen, listen deeply. Your body has been speaking to you all along. Are you finally ready to hear what it has to say? True well being is not a destination you arrive at through complex calculations or punishing discipline. It is a return. It is a gentle, compassionate homecoming to the simple, profound truths that have always existed within you. It's the peace that comes not from adding more, but from honoring what is. The clarity you seek is not hidden in some secret text or exotic remedy. It is waiting for you in the quiet, sacred space between a bite of fruit and a sip of water, in the silent rhythm of a body that is finally truly being heard. Be honest. Which part of this message made you pause and reflect on your own daily rituals? It feels like we've been disconnected from this kind of wisdom for too long.